All right, so there are 7 power-ups here. Armor, I call them power-ups, whatever. Armor abilities in Halo Reach. They help you perform additional functions in the game. The best one, in my opinion, in the game is a armor ability called, funnily enough, Armor Lock. It even cuts off its goddamn name. What disrespect! It doesn't even have its name on here. What absolute disrespect! Good thing I know what it's fucking called, because I made love to this thing back in the day. Armor Lock is the best Halo ability in the game. Here's its exact power. I'll describe it as layman's terms as possible. You are completely immobile when you use it, but you are also completely invincible. Nothing can kill you, not even the strongest thing in the entire game. You are 100% invincible. But the caveat is you can't move. But there is a few more powers to this power up. When you let go of Armor Lock, when you're done, like the reason why he's in the bending down pose is that's the pose you assume when you use the power. You do like some superhero landing pose. When you let go of it, it's sort of like the Armor Lock sort of bursts around you and it depletes the shields of people around you. So the way to trap people is that they think they're gonna melee you for a finisher kill, because you melee a lot in Halo. That's how you really finish people off a lot. But then you go invulnerable, and then since they're so close to you, their shield gets popped because they're close to the armor burst that happens after you use the power. So then when they hit the Armor Lock too with a melee, they're slowed down momentarily also. So you just pop them back with a melee. You basically turn losing close range firefights into wins with Armor Lock. There are also a few other techniques I like to use with this. As a big fan of sticky grenades, you can stick someone in close quarters and then protect yourself from the residual explosion. Normally when you stick someone with a sticky grenade in close quarters, you're pretty much both knocking on death's door. But only one person knocks on death's door because you can turn completely invulnerable.
Yeah, no. I do have Armor Lock, like kind of like.
Yeah, to be fair, I think this is the best power up in the game. Maple thinks it's like the third or fourth, which is fine. Whatever. Whatever.
I still think it's like at the very least like A class. Like I'm just thinking like in terms of just like if you're in like a map that's like very like long range, then like Armor Lock is just kind of, I guess, duty in a way. But it is useful like if you have like a lot of vehicles roaming around. You can use that EMP blast when you come out from Armor Lock to disable vehicles and just wreck the shit.
That's actually, it's funny you bring up vehicles. I actually forgot to mention. So yes, like I said, you're invulnerable to everything. You're invulnerable to vehicles. Actually, vehicles get the short end of the stick when they try and run you over. If you run over someone who is armor locking, you explode and die because you're a solid, immovable object. They end up exploding and dying in the car instead of you getting run over. Anyway, I love this ability. I've turned so many losing fights into winning fights or ties. Like dead-ass losing fights into ties or slightly losing fights into wins using this ability throughout my entire Halo Reach career. It's the best ability of all time. I even turned to my friend once when we were playing in my room together and said, I want to make love to this ability. I want my dick inside of it, or I want this inside of me.
Oh god.
I mean, you guys know my vernacular. You know a dick joke or a nut joke was coming. I'm going to follow this up with something I agree with Maple on, the worst power-up in the game, which is active camo. No, I'm sorry. Whoa, I'm sorry. Deadass. I mistook. No. I mistook the person icon, my bad. A hologram is the worst ability in the game. Hologram sends out essentially a shadow clone of you, but here's the thing. The shadow clone is dumb as fuck. It's not a good ability because it's very easy to tell you're not real. So it basically sends out a hologram that runs in a straight line, like deadass straight, and you can immediately tell someone's not naturally moving when someone uses it. So there's no way to hide yourself between you and your one shadow clone. That's why this power-up completely sucks. Any common sense Halo player will realize that guy is not running like a normal human. Either one, because you're running into a spot that doesn't make sense, or two, you're running into, and I'll explain the gunfire later. But two, you're running into a spot that doesn't make sense. You're running into a wall. You can't when you form the hologram, you can't control it. It literally runs in a straight line. So unless you make it somehow look convincing, which 9 out of 10 times it does not look convincing, it's just a waste of a power-up slot. You're basically just holding air. The reason you can tell a shadow clone is fake immediately is because it reacts differently to gunfire. It sort of statics with gunfire and doesn't have the same residual like punch sound effect of hitting someone with gunfire or melee, etc. Most of the time you'll accidentally send this thing into a wall and look stupid and then die because your enemy has one of the better power-ups here on this menu. So yeah, that's how I'll grade it in a nutshell. You can maybe trick a first-time noob in Halo just for shits and giggles, but that's just about it. It's not useful in pro play at all.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. No one is actually going to fall for that. Maybe like someone who's just playing the game for the first time, but yeah, no, it's just funny, like only like the first few times you actually use it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think I'm going to cycle up and forth, like back and forth on the top of the list. So back on the top of the list, we have Evade, a fantastic ability. Literally a funny video I made of Mystic back when she played Halo with us. She enjoyed this power-up. This power-up is actually dead-ass simple. You roll very fast and very like quick along the ground. That's where the rolling meme came from with meme Mystic.
And Mystic just basically abused the heck out of the power.
She just had fun moving around. Basically, evade is a fun ass power up. You roll across the ground very fast. Your body becomes very small, like a ball, almost like Samus like. But yeah, you dart across your distance of rolling. So you're very hard to hit. It's hard to score headshots. You move hella fast, faster than anything in like any sprint or any other thing in the game. Essentially, you like Sonic dash across a small distance, essentially. It's almost like Flash from League of Legends, if I'm really comparing it to something out there. But you basically get 2 rolls per cooldown, and that has to cool down for like 6 or so seconds. You get 2 rolls and then a 6-second cooldown. So you can roll once diagonally, roll once another, close some fast distance, and maybe sword someone. You'll see a lot of rolling people in infection game types because the zombies usually have invade. That's when you roll up and roll up again, dodge the gunfire, slice some guy in the face with a sword. But even in just normal non-zombie circumstances, it's just a good ability. You just dart very fast, and basically you displace yourself very fast. Okay. Instead of going right back down, I'll stay right next to it. Sprint is actually a damn good, probably the 3rd best in the game armor ability. So Sprint is exactly what it says on the tin. You run real fast. Now, for a basic ass explanation, that's actually pretty good. For a non-complicated ability, running fast, again, all armor abilities have a meter that ticks down near your health. They have their own icon near your health, and it ticks down, so you can tell how much armor power you have, and then it just cooldowns and then recharges, like I keep saying for every power. Sprint, you basically use the bar of energy you have to sprint as long as you can, as long as it ticks down. Honestly, again, it's very simple. It does what it says on the tin. You start running twice as fast. It's so simple. It's just so good though. In Halo, since they added movement options to Halo with evade and sprint, you can do interesting stuff. You can escape from a losing battle. You can catch up to somebody trying to weave their way out of combat who might die soon, and run up and finish them off. Basically, with evade and sprint, either or, you're essentially, and well, sprint lasts longer than evade. That's its one advantage over evade. Sprint, basically, you're the fastest thing on the map. If Armor Lock makes you the most defensive thing on the map and invulnerable, Sprint makes you the fastest thing on the map, essentially. And with all the speed, you can just shoot whoever you want, run from whatever you want, essentially, as long as you manage the like armor ability well and other factors. But yeah. But basically you just turn to the fastest thing on the map, and that's good. So you can run up and punch somebody, or run up and shoot somebody, or finish someone off, or escape from a losing battle, etc. No shame in that. All right.
And one other approach that you can use with a sprint, while you're running, you can actually jump, stop the sprint, and just kind of keep that momentum going, just so you can make the sprint last a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, you can do some like Mario-ass like short hops to keep momentum going. That's true. That's a more pro maneuver. That's definitely true. Back down on the bottom of the list, there's something else I agree with Maple. Again, Maple and I agree on a lot of this list. We just fuck different armor abilities on the top. Jetpack is a very mid to low tier power up. It does exactly what it says on the tin. You start ascending with your meter burn of your ability upwards. That's not quite good. One, you're going off the ground into not cover, and there's a lot of precise weapons in Halo, such as the DMR, the old pistol, the sniper, etc., and the carbine and some other alien Covenant weapons. There's a lot of precise weapons in this game, so people are going to be scoring headshots a lot. Basically, headshots is sort of the name of the game, unless you're using like a rat-a-tat weapon like the battle rifle or the assault rifle. You're basically just going to be aiming for their head a lot, because headshots do matter in Halo quite a bit. And there's only cover on the ground. There's only like cover and walls on the ground, so if you're putting yourself in the air, you're basically just making yourself a flying duck. A flying sitting duck, ironically enough.
Exactly. Honestly, like the only time the jetpack is really like useful, it's really just map dependent.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain maps where like
there are different floors, and you may want to get to another one, but it's very specific.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and otherwise you're a flying sitting duck. Like literally, if you start flying in someone's front face, the Halo player's gonna be like, okay, he's flying, and I'm still gonna kill him. At least your body looks funny.
Exactly. So it's like I can't put it in F tier because it still has.
It still has minor use. Yeah, it's not hologram. But all right, next up, I will put this, of course, on the very bottom. I don't think. All right, I'll put Drop Shield B tier. I was going to put it above C tier, but I won't be too hard on Drop Shield. First things first, Active Camouflage. Active Camouflage is a pretty damn good ability. I don't think it's the best ability in the game like Maple does, but it's a pretty damn good ability. You basically turn invisible. If you don't want to become the most defensive or the most vulnerable thing on the map or the fastest thing on the map, you can become the most non-seen thing on the map with Active Camouflage. There's even more advantages to it. It scrambles nearby radars, because a Halo player uses the radar a lot, even actually more than looking at the screen itself, to see where the red dots are and where the enemies could be. With Active Camouflage, you actually scramble their nearby radar, only if you're near them, but you scramble their nearby radar. So they have to start using their actual eyes to find out where you are and predict your movements. On top of that, like I said, you have camouflage, which is sort of like the camouflage from Smash, like the like old Smash Melee. You turn into like a liquid clear gel that will blend in the background, but obviously there are waves in you that you'll start seeing moving. It's like the old camouflage from Smash. You'll be turned into a clear gel that still can be seen, but it's hard to on the eyes.
It's very hard to see, but if it only works really well if you're moving like very slowly or if you're crouch walking. If you're moving at a normal pace, you're still pretty visible.
Oh, you're right. I forgot to mention its disadvantage. Yeah. If you start running at normal speed, it'll actually just like sort of like wear off of you. You'll just start to become the faster you move, the more visible you become. So you actually want to take a slow approach and start crouch walking a lot when you start using it.
I just love the evade sword combo.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Rolling twice. Oh, there's other things you can do with evade I forgot to mention. You can like roll up hills and like Sonic dash yourself off into the air. Like evade is a fucking fun power up. There's a reason I made a whole video on some random girl enjoying it playing Halo. So last armor ability. It's sort of just a slightly above mediocre one, Drop Shield. Drop Shield is essentially what you can see the guy doing on the tin. Basically, you bend down and you just launch a shield out from your position on the ground. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Maple. You basically just put a big bubble shield around yourself and other people nearby. That blocks all gunfire. It doesn't block vehicles though. People can drive through it, but it blocks all gunfire, even cannon shots from tanks. It blocks all gunfire, and you use it once and then it goes on cooldown. You don't get like 2 shields. You use it once and it goes on like a 6-second cooldown. Basically, you use it for a complete defensive stance, and it's hard for people to approach with the shield while you're standing inside, because like I said, it blocks all gunfire. So you can stand inside. Oh, it does?
Yeah. It can only take a limited amount of damage. Like if you fire like a fully charged plasma pistol shot at it, it doesn't take it out, but it gets it really weak. Like 2 charged plasma pistol shots, and that's it. I think 1 shot from a Scorpion tank will just outright destroy it.
Oh, I'm half wrong then. Fuck. All right. Well, it can still block 1 tank shot indefinitely, at the very least.
Yeah. No, of course. Sometimes that could be all the only thing that you need. But also, like on top of that, even though it does have a limit to how much it can take, the other benefit to it is if you're low on health in Halo Reach, usually the only way that you can get your health back in the game is to either, well, die and get your health back, or pick up a health kit somewhere on the map. But with the drop shield ability, if you put that down and stand inside it, your health will slowly come back.
I actually forgot that fact. See, I'm no expert on drop. I'm glad you're here, mate, but I'm no expert on drop shield. I was too busy fucking absolute shield to worry about drop shield. So yeah, I completely forgot about that, Maple. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, your health does slowly recover in the drop shield. So yeah, it has some minor healing effects. It can block at least the most powerful tank shot in the game once, at the very least. And it causes you to be in advantage state when being approached. Like, haha, JoJo reference approach. Like I said, since it blocks all gunfire, it's hard for an outside enemy to approach you in the bubble shield because you're completely protected, and then you can get the jump on them movement-wise while you're in the bubble shield to start like a one-on-one combat exchange of shooting and meleeing. You'll always have the advantage in the bubble shield, drop shield.
It is an excellent one to have if you know you're going to be going for like a close range weapon, like a shotgun or a sword.
Yeah. It supports shotguns and swords.
Yeah, no. Except that's the one place where I will say Armor Lock does kind of have a trump, because somebody could walk in there, stick the player, and just boop.
That's true. That is a countermeasure to drop shield.
But it is a very risky play, because like if they do have a sword or a shotgun, they could probably try and kill you as you're throwing.
Also, you could actually throw the sticky too early and stick yourself.
well, that could work though. You stick yourself, walk in, and just armor.
That's true. Oh my god, the plays. Stick yourself to armor lock yourself to avoid blowing up yourself, so you become a walking bomb. Ah, that is PK love.
I thought the presenter was not supposed to be surprised during his TED talk.
No, to be fair, I didn't really think that many layers deep.
It's a play within a play within a play.
This is why Halo Reach is the best Halo game in the series, by the way. The armor abilities alone just make it the best Halo game in the entire series. All the strategy, all the combat prowess you can do with these is amazing.
Yeah, it was Bungie's magnum opus.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, I just gotta say, just that was great. I think still, after discussing this, I will say Armor Lock is. I would put Armor Lock over Camouflage.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
This one.
So your list would go Evade, Sprint, then Armor Lock active, and then the rest actually matches mine.
Pretty much exactly, like almost.
All right,
exactly the same.
Yeah. So our top three is just slightly interchanged. That's pretty much it.
My YouTube.
I want to thank the peanut gallery, Titus and Silvers, for chilling out with the Halo experts as the council discussed the tier list of Halo Reach armor abilities. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Maple, for your expertise added in.